Join me as we read today's passage in Luke 22 as we look at the Lord's Supper. I'm starting with verse 7, and I'm reading from the CSB translation. If you would like to follow along, please turn to that. So Luke 22, verse 7, it says this: Then the day of the unleavened bread came, when the Passover lamb had to be sacrificed. Jesus sent Peter and John, saying, Go and make preparations for us to eat the Passover. They asked, Where do you want us to prepare it? Listen, he said to them, when you have entered the city, a man carrying a water jug will meet you. Follow him in the house he enters. Tell the owner of the house, the teacher asks you, Where is the guest's room, where I can eat the Passover with my disciples? Then he will show you a large furnished room. Make the preparations there. So they went and found it, just as he had told them. And they prepared the Passover. When the hour came, he reclined at the table, and the apostles with him. Then he said to them, I have fervently desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I tell you, I will not eat it again until it is fulfilled in the kingdom of God. Then he took a cup, and after giving thanks, he said, Take this and share it among yourselves. For I tell you, from now on, I will not drink from the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes. And he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and gave it to them, and said, This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. In the same way, he also took the cup after supper and said, This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you. But look, the hand of the one betraying me is at the table with me. For the Son of Man will go away as it has been determined, but woe to that man by whom he is betrayed. So they began to argue among themselves, which of them could be the one who is going to do it. So there's two things I would like to look at in this passage here. And it's these two words, reframe and remember. The Passover was something that these disciples did every single year. It became actually a rhythm in which they would orient their life. The community themselves would gather for this. It is what was written in Exodus 12 when they came out of Egypt and they did this Passover of remembrance and gathering together. But here, Jesus reframes it. He reframes it in saying, hey, look, that lamb that you need to sacrifice, that is me. He reframes it in saying that all of this was leading to me. It is about me. So that's where in verse 19, Jesus says, this is my body, which is given for you. And then in verse 20, it says, this cup is the new covenant, is my blood. He's saying that Passover that you guys have been orienting your life around, the rhythms of your life was structured around that, is actually needing to lead to me. So the question I ask you guys in this moment is, where might Jesus be trying to reframe your understanding of him and how you need to orient your life around him? And that second is remember. In this moment, Jesus invites them to remember. In verse 19, he says, do this in remembrance of me. We partake in communion. It's offered every single week on a Sunday morning here, but it's also, we do a big corporate communion together as a church, and we do it in this place of remembering what Jesus has done, and that it comes back to him, and that new covenant by him sacrificing his life for us because he loves us. So this reframe and this remembrance, it all needs to come back to Jesus. And so he's inviting his disciples into this. But what's really cool about this section is that verse 21, where it says, Jesus says, but look, the hand of the one betraying me is at the table. See, this reframe and remembrance isn't just for the people who you think may need to have it all put together, that you're just right or perfect. No, he's actually inviting broken people to this table. He's inviting people who don't have it right, which the reality is that's all of us. But he's inviting these people to come and remember him, to reframe what they thought everything needed to look like before, what Passover looked like before, to being, it's about me. So reframe that, shift that, look to him. So the question I leave us there is, what do you need to remember about Jesus and what he has done? Is it his grace? Is it his compassion? Is it his faithfulness? Is there something that you have forgotten about who Jesus is and what he's invited you into? See, Jesus reframes our story to the grace that he has done in our life, his sacrifice. And Jesus invites us to remember him again and again. So as you go about this day today, ask yourself those two questions. Jesus, where are you trying to reframe something in my life to you? And what are you trying to remind me of? That I need to remember what you have done in my life. Enjoy your day today.